Hi everybody, welcome back to the Yotso Tech Tracks YouTube channel. This is the follow-up video for my outdoor storage containers for my water that I'm going to be using on this 2016 Ram 1500 truck. Basically, from the previous video, if you guys are following along, I have this Thule ladder rack I've had for a while. One of the reasons I originally got this was for camping purposes and something to build off of. And this one has a couple of 100-pound capacity. It's aluminum, so it doesn't rust too much. There's not much corrosion involved with this kind of a setup. It's better than the steel ones because those things just leave ugly rust spots all over your truck over the years. This one should be a little bit better as far as that goes. Again, I live in Canada and the roads are very messy here, salted, so the better protection I can have for the elements, the longer these equipment will last. Okay, from the previous videos, I had these Smitty build Jerrycan containers, and I have these brackets that came with it. Excuse the third one in the middle, that is just for demonstration purposes. I have a third one of these water cans somewhere, and that's gonna be basically 1, 2, 3 identical ones mounted over here. But that's pretty much the same size, and these Smitty build Jerrycan holders can pretty much hold any shape, design regarding a 20-liter can. As you guys can see, this one is a little bit narrower than the one in the middle. However, they all fit inside pretty well. They have a little bit of a tight fit, which is okay because at least they don't move around too much. The hooks you guys can see up here, I'm going to be mounting one for each can, and there's going to be a little strap that's going to be holding the handle just for keeping these storage containers from moving around, as well as holding up some of the weight, because even though this container can hold, this bracketry can hold all the weight, if I can distribute the weight better, it's going to be more evenly distributed and it'll just be less stress on these components. So I've mounted these containers regarding these structural aluminum rails I have. Usually I get these container parts, extra brackets and aluminum channels I need from recycling plants. A lot of these are thrown away, and sometimes you can get these for almost dirt cheap. Much better than buying it at the metal store. However, even there, it's not too much money to get these things. Aluminum is something I really like to work with. As you guys can see, pretty much everything I make is out of aluminum. I don't have to paint it. I like the raw aluminum finish, and there's not much corrosion involved, easy to drill, easy to cut, so on and so forth. So going to the other side, I can give you guys a little better view about how this setup looks. These cans are about 20 inches long, so let's say it's 2 feet from about here all the way to the tip of this can, to the handle, and there's still plenty of room left, even though I only have a 5.5 foot bed. Plenty of room if I'm a little bit intelligent with the solutions, because if I put all these storage containers, for example, I have my outdoor shower equipment here, if I put this inside the truck, traction boards on the other side, the water containers, this 5.5 foot bed does fill up quickly. So I have to be a little bit ingenuitive regarding my storage solutions. I came up with this design because, first of all, I have to mount the containers horizontally. If I do mount these vertically, between here and the top of this rail, there's actually not enough room to remove the cans from the brackets, because these are about 10 inches from the bottom to here, and these are about 20 inches, so I would need 20 plus 10 inches, 30 inches, which I don't have here. So I had to mount them sideways, and I'm okay with the design. I would like it to be more upright just to prevent any leaks, but again, these just have little rubber seals inside. If they do actually leak in the future, they're easy to swap out, and I'm not really concerned about them. These containers are fairly good condition. Here they're going to be pretty much kept out of the elements, the UVs, so hopefully they will not leak too much. Again, if they do, no big deal. Replace a little seal in there and away you go. I've mounted this whole bracket system to my Thule. I believe this is called a track rack ladder carrier. It's marketed as a ladder carrier, however, I'm using it for camping equipment purposes and just to storage solutions. This wasn't too much money, again, a couple $100 when it's on sale. Actually, maybe $800, I believe. However, it is more appealing to me than the steel ones. This is aluminum, all the main structures are aluminum, and there's not much corrosion or rust involved, and it won't leave your truck rusty on the side when the rack eventually rusts. All of them I've seen on the road, they pretty much leave rust stains all along the side of your truck, which is not something I would like. This rack is adjustable, as you guys can see on these rails. However, for my application, these are tightened to as much as I can, and this is pretty much non-adjustable in my application. So one of the reasons, as well as aesthetics, is the reason I mounted the cans over there. I have this X-Tank Revolver X2 roll-up tonneau cover. Again, this tonneau cover by design rolls up on the outside of the bed. Some of these tonneau covers, they do have a design where they roll right into the bed, so they don't take up any space outside. However, I specifically needed something like this because I have an aluminum toolbox that I keep valuables inside, locked up, ratchet strapped and chained down, and I don't have the room for that type of a tonneau cover inside the bed. So when this does roll up, it pretty much rolls forward, and it is a little bit less than a foot in diameter when this whole assembly rolls up here. So if you guys are wondering if you need to see out the back, I really don't. I usually drive trucks, and one of the reasons I don't need to see out the back as well is my back window is completely blacked out. There's no visibility at all. But if you guys are concerned about the room, even if you guys need to roll up the tonneau cover, click it into place, and have this kind of a setup up here, there would still be maybe 6 inches of visibility all along the back, so you guys can still drive the vehicle and see everything behind you in the rear view mirror. Again, for me, it's not a concern. I got used to using the side view mirrors. I have convex mirrors in the truck, as well as camera systems all around, so if I really need to see out the back, it's still not a concern for me. I really like this design. If you guys are interested, again, it doesn't cost too much money, and there's not much materials involved. It's very easy to put together. Again, with a rack system like this, I can show you better here at the back. They have these channels where you can put nuts inside or proper inserts into these channels, and you can bolt whatever you want pretty much down to it. This has very, very high capacity regarding the load, and this whole thing is pretty much one piece, sturdy, bolted together right up to the rack system. So these 20-liter containers, roughly, if you fill them up with water, they're going to weigh 40 pounds each. So if you do the math, that's 120 pounds of water up there, plus the bracketry. So it has to be heavy duty. It has to be properly bolted together with thick, heavy bracketry, which I've done. It is basically in suspension. However, an additional ratchet strap is going to go between these handles, all the way up to these little eyelets I made that are going to be for each one of those bottles. Of course, you guys can see the middle one, there's just a hole. I still have to get inside the truck, and some person, my assistant, has to go on the roof to hold that little lag bolt from spinning when I tighten it up. I cannot reach around on both sides. The same thing I'm going to do here. I'm going to put 3 more for a total of 6, 1, 2, and 3 into these holes up here. I've drilled already, and the idea there is going to be for outdoor storage bags, basically, that I'm going to just hook up here. If I need to take anything quickly with me without having to worry about sticking something on top of this tonneau cover and having to worry about tying it down or rolling away, I'm just going to clip something up there, and for easy access I can just remove it quite easily from pretty much both sides, and that'll pretty much finish up the bed design that I've dreamt up of for this truck. Again, everything I need to, I'm going to put inside. If I have valuables, if there's inclement weather, however, these sorry, bugs are eating me. Nice weather. If there's nice weather outside, I have no problem leaving these storage cans up here. They will be locked up, and if I need to, again, I have plenty of room inside. But again, I don't need to make room if they live out here. They are out of the elements, more or less, and out of the UV light, so they should live a long, happy life up there. So I hope this helps some of you guys. If you're thinking of making these storage solutions, it's much better if you can do something like this yourself. If you take this up to a fab shop, they're going to charge you a whole bunch of money. Not that it's not something to consider. However, for me, I'm handy with these kind of things, and I enjoy these kind of things for my hobby. So the more stuff I do myself, I get a satisfaction and a reward out of it. So thanks guys for watching. I hope this helps. I hope you guys like these videos. It gives you guys some ideas about do-it-yourself camping solutions. You don't have to spend too much money on these things, and you can do these on your free time and basically get years and years of enjoyment out of them. So thanks guys for watching. And if you have any questions, as always, leave it below. I'll be happy to answer some questions for you. So see you next time on the Yotso Tech Tracks YouTube channel. Bye for now.